I was going to try to do this show last night, but got too late. Just couldn't do it. So I got home and my daughter's at practice. So I might as well show the books off I got off for my birthday and some other books that I picked up from a Facebook marketplace, which is something I really do. So let's talk about some of the books I picked up today at Roasted Comics, some back issues they had. One thing that's great about them is I get to go through some of the collections and pull stuff out that I want, throw in a box, and then they price it for me, give me a good deal on stuff, and then I get to pick them up. Got some Invaders on my Invaders run. This one's a little messed up on the spine, but it's not too bad. Number 41. Number 40, Miss America. Do you see any signs of that Nazi vampire? 39. It's great stuff there. 33. And the Thor appearance in there. 32. Apparently Hitler has Thor on his team. Number 28, the Kid Commandos. Number 25, what's Namor doing in the middle of Egypt? I don't know. It's awful far away from water. Number 24. Let me get these all on my database here pretty soon. Got 2 people watching now. I don't know who it is. Nobody's commenting. Number 23. Number 22. I do have Giant Size Invaders number 1 and Invaders number 1 and number 2. So I'm actually trying to finish out this run. I think there's only like 45 books in this Invader run, so I'm looking forward to trying to get that knocked out. So I got 10 more books to add into that. Let's see. Your biggest fan is watching. Thank you, Mike. Dave, you looking sexy? I am. I know. I got Jackie on there. Say happy birthday, yo. Thanks, guys, for popping in. I was just checking to see how many Invaders I needed in my Invaders run. Invaders Volume 1. There's only 43 books in that run. I have about 20 more to go on that Invader run. So one thing about my job, I got to work weekends, so it's hard to get to estate sales. It's, when you see something on Facebook Marketplace, it's like I always miss it because I got to be at work early Saturday and Sunday morning. I saw something on Facebook Marketplace and it said vintage comics. You always think, usually most people, when they have vintage comics, you look at them like 90s books. But these are actually vintage comics. So they have 36 comics for $70 or $4 a piece. I got super excited about it. I messaged them out because I said, be the first person to message this person about these comics. So I messaged out. I said, hey, I'm interested. Kind of want to see what you got. I can come by on my lunch break and come check them out. So they said, yeah, it's fine. They come in about 1 o'clock. So I said, I'll tell you what, just do me a favor. If you sell them before I'm able to get there, let me know. And he said, no, you're the only person set to come look at them. So I'm not going to sell them before you get here. Got super excited because, 60s, and it actually was 60s and 70s books. It wasn't some 90s books. So I got excited. A lot of Superman, a lot of DC stuff. I got there. They weren't in the greatest condition. That's the only downside. So he was able to sell them individually, $4 a piece. He also had some modern books. He was selling for $2 a piece, or I think it was 150 or 130 for 70 books or something like that. I didn't want the whole thing. I ended up picking and choosing what I wanted. And, I'm okay with the decisions I made. I wasn't super happy with them. But let's go through the modern books I picked up first. Let me dig these out here. I think those are the modern books. Yeah. So, Ghost Rider number 17. It's time to get into Ghost Rider for some reason. I don't know why. Batman 688. I love when I find these little individual issues that fill in a part of my run. So Batman 688, 686. Need to rebag and board these. This was probably the biggest key of the ones that I found. Go back to work, Mike. What are you doing? Hooded Hero says, happy birthday. Beard looking as good as when I first watched you guys years ago. Thank you. Superman, Man of Steel, number 18. That's like the biggest key out of the modern books that I found. I think I already have that book too, but I'll probably, I don't know, hold on to it, rebag and board it. Detective Comics, number 600. Number 586. They had a lot more Detective Comics in that stack. I may message them back and find out. Like if they're there in a month still, maybe message them to see if I can just buy. Oh, no, Mike, I do have a book for you. I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you this one. I got this just for you. And I said, Mike would really love this book. And I got it in my care package. I'm going to send it to you. And that's Masters of the Universe, number 5. Look at that, Mike. I got that for you. On my birthday, I got that for you. So, go back to work. Punisher War Journal, number 52. Davis Comic finds in there, say, hey, Dave, how you doing? I do have these already, but I thought I'd pick them up for $2 a piece. That's Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 10. These are newsstand editions. And number 9. What's Mike say? Hell yeah, I don't have that. What do you do now, Mike? It's coming to you. Jason Smith is in here too. All-Star Squadron number 46. And number 44. Those are the $2 books I picked up. The other ones I picked and chose from, they're not in the best condition. I would like them to be better, but, it is what it is. Sometimes I just buy the Silver Age books. If I can get $4, I'll pick them up. Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 87. Come on, focus, man. Tough luck, Superman. Luthor and Brainiac wanted to save you, but they're outvoted. I'll have to kill you with this kryptonite. Poor Jimmy Olsen. Oh, Jimmy Olsen, you crazy kook. Trying to get this run complete. And I have some low grade issues on this, and I'll pick up low grade issues on this just to get that run. Although trying to find number 1 is going to be pretty hard, I think. I think we find a low grade. Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane. This is number 26. 10-cent cover on that bad boy. It's got some issues down in this bottom corner. Really, really faded right here. You can see it. And I think it's got some moisture, some damage up here. But still, 10-cent cover, Lois Lane. And it's one of those books, I don't know why I collect Lois Lane of all freaking books. I do. Thank you, Drew Manchu. Happy birthday, Half Squatch, he says. Superman number 180. Wanting to do maybe the hula? I don't know. The hula with the girls. Nice. Comic Davis Fine said he scored first Squirrel Girl last weekend and a dollar bend. Deals are out there. I already have this book, and I'm hoping it's the one I have is in better grade than this one is, because this one's pretty damn beat up. And that is Lois Lane number 51. The cover and the spine is pretty tore up on that. But I bet you, no, the one I have already in my collection, is probably in worse condition to this. I think this was a mistake. I didn't mean to grab this one. But this is Supergirl number 2. I don't know what volume this is. Crisis Over Chicago. Oh, I know why I picked it up. It has a Lois Lane starring in The Bogeyman Will Get You. Humphrey Bogart and Lois Lane. That's why I picked that up. Yeah, I love those 12 center books. I always pick them up if I can. Fantastic Four, Kingside Annual number 11. Jimmy Olsen number 151. I love these Bronze Age books. Marvel and DC both, how they have that box and then the title up top. I love those. Those are cool looking books. Let's see here. 80-page giant Jimmy Olsen number 95. This isn't in too bad shape, although some kid got a hold of it with a pen. Drew some sideburns on Superman, makes him look a little like Elvis a little bit, but that's funny. And the dude in the bottom corner has got a beard and drew something on Lex Luthor there. I can't tell, and then blocked out the eye on the woman putting lipstick on, and then colored in the O. But still, it's a pretty cool old book. 80-page giant number 13. This is probably the best condition of the books that I got. It's got a date stamp on there, which I love date stamps. It brings a history to the book, and to me, I love them. It's got some water damage on the bottom corner. It's got some scuff marks or something up along the spine. Maybe there was tape on it at one time or something. I don't know. But this is probably the best condition of the books. And this is, like I said, 80-page giant number 13. Superman and Jimmy Olsen split up. Oh my God, no. I wish this was in such better shape. This has got somebody's name on it. They wrote Marcus on there. That's their name. I didn't notice the little holes in the cover either when I looked through it originally. It's got tape up and down the spine. Somebody wrote in the name of the book up top. But this is 80-page giant number 2. Jimmy Olsen. The 80-page giant number 1 is a Lois Lane book. But still, I think it's a pretty cool book for $4. If this was a high grade, I think this would be $4.50. I think at a higher grade, like a 9.0, I think it's $4.50. As I was looking them up. Those are the books I picked up besides the new books. My pull list I got, which I got far too many freaking books again this week because I'm a glutton for punishment and apparently like to blow my money. The 2 books I got, so if you follow me on Instagram or follow the Blasted or Stash It show on Instagram and Facebook, you may have seen these, but these are the 2 books I got for my birthday. So Rogue City Comics, I stopped in there and got my pull list on my way home from work. Was talking to them. I said my wife was going to get me a gift card, and she ended up going to Rogue City Comics to get me a gift card, but they wouldn't tell me down there, of course. And unbeknownst to me, that my wife had actually invited them to go to dinner with us last night. So we're sitting in a restaurant, Outback restaurant. All of a sudden, they come in, Steve and Jamie, sit down. They brought me a present. So, yeah, more money spent, more content for everyone. Yeah, it's true. So, Rogue City Comics, which are here, the little hat that I'm wearing. I probably got a whole bunch of sawdust on there because I've been working on wood projects. They gave me this book. They gave me X-Men number 137. This was a X-Men book that I needed for my my X-Men run. The only issue with it, it's got right up here, right by the V, it's got a little bit of a tear in the cover. You can't tell it. I mean, it's a pretty sharp book other than that. And actually gave me that for my birthday. So I was pretty happy with that. And the last book that I got, my wife picked up for me. Now, they've had it in their glass case for a couple months now. It's a really low grade, but I was looking up seeing what it was going for at this grade, and it's easily going for $700. The price they had on it was definitely not that. It was actually a consignment by Rogue City Comics. I talked to them. I said, hey, would they be able to take payments on it? Because I wasn't going to dish out like, $300 or whatever for the book right out from the, okay. Hey, Comic Core's in here and saying, hey, Huey. Hey, Huey. I wasn't going to just dish out all that money at once. So they said that the owner would take payments on it. So I made a payment on it at $50. And I had planned on making payments on it for the next few months or whatever until I paid it off. Well, unbeknownst to me, my wife went in today before I went in to go pick up my pull list. So they knew all about this. They knew all about what was going on. And my wife went and decided to go ahead and pay the book off and get it for my birthday. So, again, it's a low grade 1.5, maybe. It's a complete book, though. It is Justice League of America, number 1. The issues with this book, let me see if I can get out the top loader. It might be, I think it's in Mylar, so it might even be worse. I don't know. Somebody had taken a pin to it, so it has some pin marks on it. Right in the middle of the table, and it's got some Z's right over here. It's got some spine issues. Looks like it's tearing over here, but it's intact. Cover's intact. It's got date stamp on there. Corner's a little jacked up. The bottom's got some issues on it there too. I can see this corner here where it's pretty messed up. But all in all, this book, what they were asking for it was, I guess I'll go ahead and dish it out. I was able to pick it up where my wife was able to pick it up. After all the payments were done, it was $269. So I don't think that's that bad of a book when this book here is easily going for, I said a 1.5 or a 1.8 was going for $600-700, and I think this is well worth what I paid for it. So yeah, when I opened this up, I couldn't believe that my wife would turn and spend that kind of money on a comic book for my birthday. It's not something I would expect her to do, because it's, I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I'm just saying this is like my thing, and I don't want her to chip into my hobby, but she was really happy with doing it, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection. So that's a big book for me. Like I said, even though it's got some issues, it's still, low grade is better than no grade. And yeah, so this is my earliest Justice League of America run. I think the next one up, I think I have like 55 or something. And I was trying to get this whole run, but man, some of these early issues are going to be expensive too, unless I get them in a low grade. So that's my birthday haul, and I'm sticking to it. So thanks everybody who did stop by and comment in the chat. We're going to be going live again this Sunday night on Blast It or Stash It, reviewing the books of this week. to give you knowledge of what we think of them. The stinkers, are they good? What's going on? So make sure you go by and check us there on this channel right here, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 Eastern on Sunday. Make sure you go check out all the other social media stuff we got going on. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're all on there too. So go follow us there. We also have a Patreon. If you want to support us there, all the money that we get from Patreon goes right into books for our people who support us on Patreon. This month was the Josh Middleton, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy book. That's great cover. That's going out. And a podcast. We also got our podcast. Go check us out on our podcast if you can't catch our show live, or you can only listen to the audio. Maybe you're commuting back and forth to work. Check it out on the podcast. So thanks everybody for stopping by. We appreciate it. And whether you blast it, whether you stash it, happy reading, and we'll see you guys this Sunday.